In this video, you'll learn how I help my bees to prepare for winter. You'll hear about the 4 steps I use to give my girls every advantage, not only to survive, but to thrive, and to start the new season healthy and ready to grow. Stick around to the end of the video, and I'll have a special recipe for you. Quigley's Bees. It's a story of my adventure as a new beekeeper. If you find any value from my stories, click the thumbs up button. It really helps my channel grow. Step 1. Test for Varroa mite load on the colony. Because if your colony is overrun with mites, they're not likely to thrive or even survive through winter. So test and treat as needed. Because I'm a new beekeeper, and this will be my first winter, I've tried to monitor the mite load all summer. I've used sugar roll method as well as the alcohol wash. Like most beekeepers, I don't enjoy losing bees, but I feel it's important to know my treatments are effective, and so I need the data I gained from the testing. Step 2. Evaluate how much honey the bees have stored. If you have a large, healthy colony, those newly hatched winter bees will need about 60 pounds of honey to eat in order to survive through winter. You will want to ensure that the bees have pollen stored as well for protein. You can supplement with pollen patties to help boost nutrition, but I've read that the bees will not store the artificial pollen substitute. Step 3. Consolidate the hive to reduce the space the bees will need to heat during the coming cold winter months. I use a bee escape to gently move the bees out overnight from the topmost super. I sort the frames and remove the undrawn frames or the ones with very little nectar. These I set a short distance from the hive and let the bees recover the nectar. If the second box down seems a little light, I'll put on an in-hive syrup feeder with a 2-to-1 syrup in it to give the bees a chance to add some weight to their nectar stores. Step 4. Moisture control. The bees produce heat in the cluster. During the winter, the difference between the interior temperature and the outside can cause condensation to form on the inside top surface. To prevent that condensation from raining down on the cluster, put something under the back of the hive to tilt it forward toward the entrance, so the water that might collect there will run down the face of the wall and out the entrance. Insulate the top above any feeding shim with 2 inches of rigid foam insulation to hold in the heat and create a barrier between that heat and the outside. Okay, those are the 4 steps I use to help my bees prepare for winter. Now, for that special recipe. I found this recipe for the pollen patties on Cayman Reynolds' YouTube channel. I'll put a link at the end. You can pause the video here and copy down the recipe. I changed it a little by adding 2 teaspoons of Honeybee Healthy to the batch. Enjoy! Thanks for watching my video.